In this video, I'm going to show you how you can stop choking in tennis matches. Choking is such a horrible problem to have, and it feels terrible to go through a choke, but the good news is that it's relatively simple to overcome, and I'm going to show you how. It's Neil Endicott here from TennisMentalSkills.com, teaching you how to win the mental game of tennis. So the key to avoiding choking in a tennis match is to learn how to stop battling with difficult thoughts and difficult emotions. The process of choking begins when we start responding to those thoughts and feelings that often occur when we're in the lead in a match. These could be thoughts about the possibility of winning or the possibility of losing. Now you may start questioning your ability to close out the match. You might feel nervous, excited, or distracted. You need to recognize those thoughts and feelings for what they are, an ordinary human response to the situation that you're in the match. Now, there's nothing wrong with these thoughts and feelings. They're normal thoughts to have in tennis. These thoughts and feelings might be inevitable, they might be normal, but they don't have to guide how we perform. Choking isn't caused by the presence of these difficult thoughts and difficult emotions. It's caused by how we respond to them. So if you respond to those thoughts and emotions by thinking about them, or by trying to work them out, or by fighting them, then you're contributing towards the choking process. You can think of choking as being a bit like a snowball being gradually rolled across the ground. At first that snowball is quite small, it's insubstantial, but as you roll it across the ground it picks up more and more snow. It gets bigger and bigger, it becomes more solid. So you started with a small snowball, but because you kept pushing it, it became huge, and the choking process is the same. So at first, all it consists of is a few thoughts and a few feelings. Maybe you're thinking something like, I could lose this, or it'll feel so good if I win this. Maybe you feel nervous, you get some tension in the stomach and the arms. If you could disengage from those feelings at that point, the potential choke would remain small, like that snowball, left on the ground to dissolve. But that's not actually what happens for most players who struggle with choking. Instead, they keep rolling that snowball until it's gathered such size and weight that it completely overwhelms them. So rather than leaving those initial thoughts and feelings alone to dissolve naturally, you respond to those experiences with thinking, with self-examination. The thought is interpreted as a prediction of your defeat. The unpleasant feelings are interpreted as confirmation that the feared outcome, you losing, is really happening. So the fact that your arms are shaking, that your stomach's full of butterflies, taken as proof that something is wrong. So a vicious cycle develops. The more you think about those thoughts and feelings, the more they occur. And that leads to your concentration slipping. You make poor choices during rallies. You play too defensively, or maybe you go for too much. You drift from your game plan. You lose confidence in your shots. Crucially, you get tired because the mental energy that you're spending on managing the choke inside your head is not being spent on the match itself. The results are never pretty, and the post-match feeling after a choke is one of the worst that any player can experience. In fact, choking can hurt so badly that many players who struggle with choking actually consider quitting tennis, and occasionally some do. Fortunately, it's possible to eliminate choking from your game in a relatively short period of time. The key is to learn how to short-circuit the process of choking. So consider what it would be like if you could prevent the vicious cycle of choking from ever starting in the first place. Now, the first step in overcoming choking is to accept that it's normal to have distracting thoughts in a match when you're in the lead. You should expect to experience thoughts like, I could lose the match, or it'll feel so good when I win the match, whatever it is that you think. You also need to accept that it's normal to feel a range of distracting emotions alongside those thoughts, such as anxiety, excitement at the prospect of winning, whatever. Now, the difference between choking and not choking lies in your ability to disengage from those thoughts and emotions. These thoughts and emotions are not to be pushed away, they're not to be fought with. Instead, they need to be noticed and they need to be accepted. Just let them arise and pass in the mind and in the body as they will. And this acceptance will free you to refocus on the task in hand. Now, of course, this is easier said than done, and choking can't be banished overnight. But with the right mental training, you can get to a stage where you'll never choke again. It'll become a habit to notice difficult thoughts and feelings on court and then refocus on the next point. Now, as a starting point, next time you feel the early stages of a choke coming on, take a short pause between points. Notice the thoughts, notice the feelings. You can acknowledge them by saying silently to yourself, there's nervousness or there's excitement, whatever's appropriate to what you're feeling at the time. Then focus on your breathing for a few seconds, tuning into the sensations in your nose or in your belly. Then bring your attention back to preparing for the next point. So this is a very basic way of beginning to interrupt that vicious cycle of choking. Learning how to consistently disengage from the choking process does take practice, and there are quite a few tennis-specific mindfulness exercises which can help you get there. If you want to train your mind so that you can stay calm and focused on court in every match, then I offer coaching via Skype. Contact me via my website, tennismentalskills.com, if you want to set up a free introductory session with me. I'd love to hear from you. I've also got a downloadable mental skills training audio course available at tennismentalskills.com. If you have any comments, questions, please ask below. I'd be really happy to answer those for you. And to get more videos from me on the mental game of tennis, please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, keep improving your mental game, and I'll see you soon.